Almost 9 years ago, Natalie and I visited City Church for the first time. We were new to Houston and often unsure where we fit in the world of church and religion, if I'm honest. But here was City Church, quoting writers and songs that I knew in sermons and hosting lunches on art and faith, acknowledging all of our, I think, doubts and uncertainties. As the years wore on, I couldn't believe how invested I had become in City Church, even though it wasn't at the time my job. And so much so, I was so invested that when it came time to go on the job market to look for professor jobs after finishing 10 years of graduate school, what felt like 40 years of graduate school, Leo, alongside some friends and mentors, had this kind of crazy idea they wanted to run by me, which was leave all of that and join the staff at City Church. I'd spent my days studying and teaching some pretty obscure poems, some pretty abstract novels, far-out French theory and writers whose names I probably still can't pronounce correctly. It was a hairpin turn in my career and in my life. But as a teacher of literature and as a lover of literature, I had already spent countless hours trying to make the power and truth of story and poetry and art come alive. And here was this church that cared about story and the narratives we tell ourselves and the art that transforms us, including the art of the Bible. I just couldn't say no. And so our life has never been the same since.
The writer David Foster Wallace tells a joke about how fish don't know what water is because it's all they know. It's their environment, something they're surrounded by, and thus take for granted. It's hard to write a story of grace about the impact of City Church because it's kind of like that. It's been an essential, all-encompassing presence in my life in Houston. I do know a few things, however. I know I've met such deeply kind, interesting, curious, humble people who have become my support network. I know I've grown intellectually and spiritually. I know it's been full of surprises. I definitely didn't have pastor's wife anywhere on my life's bingo card. And ultimately, I know that City Church is a safe haven for me and my faith. It's big enough to handle my doubts, failures, insecurities, questions. It meets me where I am. It met us where we were, and even when life felt like it might take us away from this community, it even helped provide a path for staying here. It's a joy to embrace City Church's vision for bringing beauty into broken places because it helped bring beauty into our lives too.